morning, everyone. Welcome to studyablejapan.com. Today's lecture is company housing number 2. It's technical. Today's lecture is technical too, but please follow me. As I said in the previous lectures, that in order to avoid the taxation, the employee has to pay some kind of the rent to the companies. If the employee get a free rent, that free rent will be considered as a taxable income of the employee. So, but how much the employee has to pay to the companies? For the employee, 50% of the deemed rent has to be paid to the companies, and the treatment for the director is different. Directors pay the total amount of the deemed rent or more to the companies in order to avoid the taxation. But how to calculate the deemed rent? What is the deemed rent? The deemed rent is calculated according to these formulas. Total amount of number 1 to 3. The first one is tax base of the buildings. For the fixed asset tax return purposes, multiplied by 0.2%. And second items is 12 Japanese yen multiplied by total space divided by 3.3 square meters. And the third one is tax base of the land, not the building, land. For the fixed asset tax returns, multiplied by 0.22. The fixed asset tax return is if you own the property or real estate, the cities will send you the city will levy you the tax for the fixed asset. So I want to show you the example how the calculation is made. For example, if your rent is 200,000 Japanese yen per month, in that case, your tax base of the buildings is let's say it's 4 million Japanese yen, which is totally different from your acquisition cost of the building. So it usually becomes way cheaper than your purchased amount. And multiplied by 0.2, which is 8,000 Japanese yen. And let's say your house, the company house is the total floor space is 85.8 square meters. In this case, 12 Japanese yen multiplied by the 85.8 divided by 3.3 is 312 Japanese yen. It's a very small amount. And the tax base of the land is 3 million Japanese yen. Again, it's different from the acquisition cost of the land. Multiply by 0.22%, which is 6,600. So the deemed rent amount is the total of item 1 to 3, so it's around 14,000 per month. So now we calculated the deemed rent. It's almost 15,000 Japanese yen. So for the employee has to pay 7,400 Japanese yen or more, which is 50% of the deemed rent, to the companies. And the director has to pay the 14,000 Japanese yen or more to the companies to avoid the individual taxation. Otherwise, the deemed rent 14,000 yen will be treated as an employee's or director's salary, and then you have to pay additional income tax. But I say that tax base for the fixed asset tax returns, if you own the properties, if the property is yours, the city office will send you the tax payment slip, and it shows how much the tax base is. But if you're living in the apartment or you're renting the room, you can't know about the tax base of the your apartment or house. So what you have to do is you have to visit the ward office or city office around you but then ask them to tell you the tax basis of the properties. And when you go there, please bring your rental agreement, no copies allowed, and also your ID. The passport or driver license is fine, and they're gonna teach you what is the tax base of the apartment or house. But to apply this structure, you have to think about the two things. The first one is whether your landlord allow you to change the signers from you individual to the companies. It really depends on the landlord, so you have to negotiate with them. The other things you have to consider is if you change if you renew the contract or change the contract, some landlord will ask you to pay like a key money or renewal fees, which may be about 1 month, the rent for 1 month or 2 months. So you have to think about these costs, and if you think it's worth to change the company's housing, if you think it's worth applying the company housing, please go ahead. But I recommend you to talk with a tax accountant. And if you changes the contract, if when you apply the company housing scheme, please conclude the two agreements. The first one is the rental agreement between your companies and landlord, and the second one is a rental agreement between your company and employee or directors. So even if yourself is renting the apartment or housing from your company, please conclude the contract or agreement. Never make a transaction without the contract. Thank you for listening to today's lectures. See you next time. Thank you for watching Sadware.com. My name is Usada. I'm a Japanese tax accountant and helping entrepreneurs in Japan. If you want to know more detail, call me now. See you next time.